everyone. This is Nicholas coming to you with another video in the week 5 for breaking 830 in the 3000 meter. We are in the aerobic season, and right now we're kind of doing this big build up to Ottawa race weekend, which is happening in 1 week from today. We're gonna talk about last week, week 5. I will or actually, I can't promise this, but I'll try to make my videos on time, like on the Sunday after everything's done. I've been making them a week or a few weeks late, so sorry about that for being a little inconsistent about these videos. But let's talk about last week. Just a little bit before last week, in week 4, we took, I believe, a little bit of Saturday off and a little bit of Sunday off. I believe the Saturday was because I was dealing with that Achilles thing, and I took Sunday off. Kind of forget why, but I did that anyways. But I'm glad I took Sunday off because my friend on Monday, who's a lot faster than me, asked me to go on a long run with him. And so I agreed, and so we went on a 100-minute, 25.7K long run. The first 5 or so minutes was by myself, and it wasn't that fast. So it was more like 95 minutes. The average pace, I think if we're not including like the first 5 minutes, was about 3:52. I think it was like 3:53 or something with the first 5 minutes, so it's not a big deal. Let me just pull it up. So we did stop a few times, mostly because of the lights. Like there was a light, I believe, right here. There was a light right here. There was a light right here. So maybe just 3 lights. And then I would have ended up coming back home. I would have ended up stopping at this light for and another 5 lights. So I did stop a few times, but let's see. Well, I obviously stopped before we did I guess for 7 minutes. But I did stop one time before we started the long run. So this was like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, I guess. 6 stops. So let's look at the laps. So at first, just started off as casual fit pace of 4:22. And I was feeling pretty good. Oh, one last thing before I get into all of this. I was running in my Saucony tempos. I don't know. It's some shoe that's like not meant for fast running. Like it's one of their heavier shoes, and I got it specifically for my easy run, because I thought we were just gonna go for, I thought we were just gonna go for 80 minutes or something, and I didn't realize we were going for 100 minutes, and I didn't realize how fast this was gonna be. To be fair, I was pushing the pace like a little bit because he was like pretty chill to do, well, like 3:55. But anyways. So first bit, a lot of the first few K are like all uphill, but then I think once we get to K5, it becomes like downhill for a bit, and then it becomes pretty flat for like the rest of the run. So, we were running 3:58s, 3:59s, and then we started going down to the 3:40s, like mid-high 3:40s, and we kind of just kept this for the whole time. And if we're like looking at the heart rate, like we're holding it in these mid to high 180s, especially at the end. I was kind of dying. This was also like the hottest time of the day. So overall, just like a really tough run. If we look at it, seemed like it was mostly threshold. Now this is more like, what do you call it? Like this would be, well, yeah, in the middle of like threshold. It definitely felt, since it's lasting for an hour and 20 minutes, or sorry, well, yeah, at least because I'm holding it for an hour and 20 minutes, it's not quite like actual threshold, but or it's below threshold, which is like the point of what we're trying to do. Because threshold is not going over the threshold, it's being under the threshold. So this was threshold, but just on the lighter end of things, not compared to my threshold workouts, which, you know, yeah. Next, we kind of took it easy after these runs, in the sense that I was killed. Like, my legs were pretty destroyed for these next few days, which is why I ended up taking, I believe, Thursday off in general. And so we didn't double like any of these days, but it was also to get ready. We could have doubled on Friday, but I don't think I really like the idea of doubling like the day before a workout. Um, yeah, just because I want like a higher quality workout. Like, I don't want my legs to be super crushed before going into it. We'll have to, dabble in that, see how like as the fitness begins to rise. If we can do that, but if we can't, that's like a sacrifice I'm willing to make. Uh, and so let's go into the next one. So the first workout was 6x4 minutes on with 1 minute off. And so this was, I believe, this one. Yeah. So I ran down to the canal, and then I did my workout up and down the canal. I just run 4 minutes down, and then I'd run like 30 seconds out, 30 seconds back, and then 4 minutes down, and just keep doing that. Let's actually enable this. See if this changes anything. Not really. I did the warm up, so it took me about like 15 minutes to get there. It took me about 15 minutes to get there, and then I started the workout. Before I get into the laps, I did write this down, so I'm just gonna read off of it. So, is this the right one? Yeah. Might have gone too fast. Felt really tired with the elevated heart rate during the warm up. Max heart rate during warm up was 167. Heart rate didn't come down between reps. Warm up and cool down also probably too long for double threshold. So, what I really wanted to highlight with this comment was that I didn't get like good sleep. It was really humid out this day, and I was just tired. I was just really tired going into this workout, and so I was like, man, this is not going to be a good workout. And once I started getting going, my body sort of naturally just got better. Sorry, wrong one. But let's go into the laps. So again, max heart rate like 167, and it's all downhill. Pretty much all downhill. And so this was just like an average like 155. It was just pretty miserable. Then we have 325 for the first 4 minutes, 327, 26, 32, 28, 28. And basically, I just wanted to be, my heart rate was high. I just wanted to be nice to myself, just chill. Some of these are technically faster than what they're written, just because I had to weave around people during this workout. Yeah, my rest between a little bit of jog rest, so around 5 minutes to 40, 444 or something like that. And then, the 15-minute jog home. And so what I realized from this is that if I'm going to have to do a double threshold, I can't be having a 15-minute warm-up and cool down. It's just way too long, especially if I'm doing it twice. So a big lesson I think I learned from this and that you guys should take away is, and this is also what I read, and actually, you know what? Let me pull this up. It's called like Mackin Training. I'm probably not spelling the first. Oh, Bakken. Sorry, Marius Bakken. Let's see if I can find this. Let's see. Is this in a practical guide? Let's see. So question two. Should one warm up or cool down in this session? Answer: not really needed that much. So this was for the aerobic threshold work. So this was emails between Geert Ingebrigtsen, which is Jakob Ingebrigtsen. I'm also probably pronouncing all these names wrong, so just bear with me. But Jakob Ingebrigtsen's father, when he was talking with this person, so the person who's writing these articles, this guy was like, I think he said a 1312 runner for Norway, or 1306. So here's a 1306 runner. And he really started to develop this kind of training model, which was based off of other training models, but it's very practical and very smart, just very scientific. And which is why I base a lot of my training. I base a lot of my training off these principles. So if you just go to this website and just like look through some of these training principles and just read these posts, you can get a lot, like you start to understand where I'm getting my stuff from. This isn't the only place I get my stuff from, but I just want to highlight that I'm not making this stuff up. But let's just go back to this. So he said that it's not really needed that much. And, when I read this, I was like, interesting. Keep that of note. And so I tried this in week 5. And what I noticed is, let's back up one second. I'm going to get to that. But I was just finding that a 15-minute warm-up and cool-down is just way too long. Yeah. So next, after that, so I had a double threshold workout in the evening. And so I decided to take a nap. Mostly just take a nap, which I'm also recording today on a Saturday, and I might also take a nap after this video. We'll see. I might read and then take a nap. But I found that, one, I was just tired just because I didn't get enough sleep, but taking that nap made me felt so rejuvenated. And when you read about the Ingebrigtsens, but not just that, when you read about like LeBron and his training, I think, I don't forget where and I'm probably confusing things up, but they're not just professional athletes, but they're professional like recoverers or like, relaxers. Same with 400-meter hurdler Warholm runner. His name is Warholm, or Kristen Warholm. I don't know. He also allegedly spends like his off days spending something like 3 hours in the hot tub or something like that. The point is, you need to relax, to rest, and taking a nap is, there's a lot of which I'm not fluent in the understanding of the benefits of sleep, but we all know that sleep's good for you. So we don't need to get more scientific than that. So that was so I took a nap, then I went into the third workout. This workout was amazing. After my nap, after like all the stretching and rolling I did during the day, felt so good for this. And the workout showed. So laps. I did a 5-minute warm-up this time. I just jogged around the neighborhood for 5 minutes. And then I got right into my workout. So I started with 327. And this maybe partially is because, one, it's 8 minutes long. So we have to remember it's twice the distance that I was running in the morning. So I just wanted to relax. And it felt tough at first, but I think part of what maybe I need a slightly longer warm-up. So something maybe 5 to 10 minutes, but even then that's 10 minutes of pushing it. But really making sure that, or maybe some things that I'm just thinking about right now is maybe doing some like a bit of like a fartlek during the warm-up. So just doing a few like strides during the warm-up. But all continuous, of course, and never reaching like top speeds or anything. Just These are things that I need to experiment with. So, I'm not going to say that you should do this necessarily, but this is something that I'll experiment with and I'll get back to you on it. Maybe I'll do that this evening for my warm up. It started off at 3:27. Let's just see if I can find 8 minutes to 13 minutes. Let's see. So 8 to 13. Oh. So it seemed like it started off slow, I guess. It seemed like about that pace for the whole thing. Maybe a little bit faster towards the end. Hard to say. Probably not. So about 3:27. And if we look at the heart rate from 8, let's just get a better indication. Oh, wait, is this? Oh, this is the whole thing. Oh, wow, that does it automatically. So it just gradually increased. And this is the first rep, so we have to remember that. So this one's going to increase the most. Not that it's going to increase the most, but it's going to start off the lowest. So it's going to increase the most because it starts at the lowest, but not saying it reaches the maximum. Anyways, there are 2 hills in this, which is why you will see like this increase and then like a bit of a decrease. But yeah, it got to probably ended right where it needed to end, 188. That's roughly my heart rate threshold. Now, we're using heart rate as like a proxy for lactate, which is not like 100% correct, but just something to keep in mind. The rest, let's see, can I reset? Yeah, reset. The rest was 2 minutes. Heart rate came down eventually. Wow, my heart rate's crazy here. Now, the interesting is the second one was 320 pace, and then my heart rate was lower. This which is hard to explain why. And the third one was even wonkier. So it was, again, 8 minutes and 321, and the heart rate was even lower. And I felt really good. I felt like I was moving. I felt like super solid. So I don't know why, maybe my heart rate was like off. Hard to say, but I felt super fit during these. So overall, and I gave this a 9 because I was super surprised to be hitting 320s and 321. Again, this is based off GPS data, so take it as it is. But it was faster for being twice as long. It felt easier. Faster, easier, but also longer. So, in terms of reps. So maybe napping is the cure. But I also feel like my fitness is getting there. So this felt really solid. And then on Sunday, I just decided to do one run. I could have done a second one, but I was pretty beat up. And so I didn't want to overdo it. The one thing I guess I felt is that on the Sunday, I felt that I was a little bit like my body was a little bit too stiff, and if I wanted to recover correctly, I should take the evening run off. I could have ran the evening one, but if you want to get better, you have to respect the rest. So yeah. Anyways, that was my week 5. We're definitely getting fit, and it seems like we're on the up and up, and it's primed us for this week. Is this too much work before Ottawa race weekend, or is it just enough, or is it, we'll see what happens, but so far it's been great. Anyways, thanks for watching. I'll catch you guys next time. Peace.